listening to the Real Life Trading Pre-Market Day Trading Show. You're listening to the Real Life Trading Pre-Market Day Trading Show.
Good morning, everybody. How is it going? This is Johnny Guarco in the Real Life Trading Pre-Market Show. Let's get this party started. Hope everybody is doing fantastically well. We should be good to go. Let me arrange my screens here. Wow, April 1st. What kind of jokesters do we have in the house today? Well, hope you all are getting ready for the weekend. It's been a cruising week. Let me get my chat pane ready to roll. Tana, good morning. How are you? Gregory Hill in the house. What's going on, peeps? Lucien, good morning. Hope you guys are doing fine and dandy. Hope everybody is having a great week. Welcome to all our YouTubers. We're on YouTube Live. We're doing a pre-market show every day. Pre-market, we do pre-market show about half an hour, go over our stocks. Come visit us at reallifetrading.com if you want to be on the team and trade with us every day, like all these professional traders we got here in the house. Mr. Douglas Knudsen Keller, bringing it up strongly. What is going on, buddy? What big plans you got for this weekend? What you gonna be doing? I know you got something up your sleeve. Anyway, hope everybody is making all kinds of money in this beautiful market of ours. Let me adjust my screens, make sure we're all dandy-do. Dandy-do, is that a word? Dandy-do? Anyway, what's going on? We had a jobs report come out this morning for March. You can see the payrolls rose, unemployment rate likely fell, but results came in a little bit lower than expected. So unemployment rate hovers near historic lows. That should be good news, one would think. Not really showing that up on the market, though. Don't understand that. We should be ready to fly. Anyway, we can see, let's go look at the S&P E-mini futures first. Let's go check it out on the 5. So we've been kind of dumping since maybe that news came in. Yeah, I think that news came in here about, that was 2:30, about a half an hour ago, I guess. So we're coming down here, a little bit of support going on. The SPY, you can see we're kind of being held up there in the 450 range, right there where the old 100 and the 10 are converging. Right now, we got a little bit of a gap and go on the SPY, just a little teensy weensy eeny gap open from yesterday's open, I should say. Got a bunch of stuff down here providing support. So we're looking for a bounce. All systems go. We had a bunch of volume came in today or yesterday, a bunch of selling off, a little bit of correction, nice correction needed after those 11, 12 days of craziness. So looking good, looking like hopefully it will just continue cranking. Q's kind of the same way. Let me clean up my big mess here. We'll make that. Let's go in and, we don't even need these on the bigger indices. So the thing being with the Q's though, is you can see we're under the 200 and 100, getting squozen by that 10. We got a little bit of support going on here, about 360-ish. So yeah, we should be able to pop our way on out of there. And hopefully, I saw also that it was in the news. April is usually a very bullish time in the stock market. April is usually a winning month for stocks. So we'll keep our fingies crossed there. See if we can continue with that bullishness. But yeah, the Q's looking good, just needed a little bit of correction. This compression is good, and hopefully it will pop-a-roo. So here in the real life trading beginner room, we trade actually in all our rooms, which is about to change here in about a month, but we trade the 10 EMA strategy, and we'll go over that this morning. It's based on the previous day's high and low for looking for a breakout. Roblox right now, these green lines on my chart are the high and low from yesterday. I played a little Roblox play yesterday, actually, and made it a nice $1.20 something. But right now we are below that 10 and that 20. 50 is up above us, pretty high, but we are chopping right in between this channel of about 52.5 and 45.5-ish. So looks like we need to get back and break out of this bad boy so we can continue up potentially in maybe 1, 2, and a 3. We need to close this big old gap up here. You know, I love my gaps. We got gap here about 59-ish. Whoops, wrong dealio. Let's go with an orange line on my gaps. So we got to fill this part of it. We'll take that up to here. Big old gap. Most of the stocks we have gaps below. I'm going to show you a gap on Tesla that I'm thinking, I don't know, it's pretty obvious where that gap is on Tesla. Maybe start closing today. Anyway, we got this big gap on Roblox we need to eventually close, but we are just doing this Chopsville in here. 10 EMA strategy doesn't work the best during Chopsville. It is a 10 EMA strategy momentum play. So we got to remember that, but we are gapping up like the SPY, a little mini gap are below that, that 10 and 20. So let's keep an eye on that. AMD, kind of AMD, almost the same thing, just a little bit bigger of a channel, I think. We got everything above us now. Big day yesterday, big gap down yesterday. We may continue down because a lot of stocks down here have gaps. I'm thinking we may be filling those gaps. Could be. We got the indices though. We got the SPY right there hovering again at that area where it should bounce, but we could always come down. We are a little bit below that 100 right now, but we could come down here, retest that 200, and that would bring everything else down with it. But it's kind of what I'm seeing based on these channels. Got a little bit of room here on this AMD channel. So right now, not much going on. NVIDIA, on the other hand, kind of like Tesla and Apple, just cruising on up, although we could be at the top of this channel up here. Got some nice support down here. Got some pretty decent resistance up here in the 275-ish area, which makes a lot of sense. Matty R, good morning. I didn't see you. Sorry about that, buddy. Hope you are doing well. And Rock Fullwood, what's happening, buddy? Whoo, Rock Fullwood. You've been kind of quiet, Rock. What's going on? You've been busy getting ready for Christmas there? Hopefully not yet. They probably got, what do they got? Let's see, we're in April 1st today. What do we got coming up? We got the July spring rush. Yeah. Everybody's getting ready for the yard. You must be a busy man. All right. So anyway, we got, yeah, you can see we got this little channel really kind of going on here on NVIDIA right above the 110. Could see a little bit more of a pullback. We'll keep that out. Everything looks like it's just gapping a little bit, just a little tiny normal Friday gap. We see that a lot, just a little tiny gap on Friday, but lots of bullishness coming in the last couple of weeks. And we're right now just hitting our heads kind of up against resistance. And yep, Rock says, I'm going to look at some Scots and Roundup stock. All right. Be careful that Roundup. Delta playing ping pong since, what is that, Tuesday? Right in between that 100 and 200. Kind of looks like NVIDIA a little bit, right? We got this little bit of a weekly chop going on. Same thing going on Delta Airlines. Just a little bit of chopsville. We're actually gapping up. Had a little bit of a bullish day yesterday, but you can see the selling pressure, but now we're gapping up again. But we should probably just play ping pong all day, I imagine. We got, what do we got? We got this same thing, we got kind of this resistance area getting squozen by the big EMAs. Talked about those big gaps down below. I don't know, man. I hope we don't go all the way back down that way. But you can see Delta right now, remember, we're making lower lows here. Haven't made any higher highs. We got this little bit of a descending channel going on Delta. Got earnings coming up too on Delta. We'll keep an eye on that. Nothing qualified right now to trade right off the bat, which is a good thing because I like to get a little momentum going. That helps our strategy out. Here's that gap I was talking to you about on Tesla the other day when they released that good news about another split potentially. Nice strong trend last couple of weeks. Just needs to correct a little bit. It makes a lot of sense that it would come down here and retest the 10, right? Right now, gapping up a little bit. So we'll get there, Joe. Haven't got there yet. It's my next stock on the list. We're going to check out Apple in a Ricky tick. Let me see, just out of curiosity, on the artsy side of me. Go trend line. Remember we talked about a couple weeks ago, we talked about these breakouts of these wedges. They like to go about that. So that makes sense. Before, we're right about that area right now. Matt asks, how far do you feel Tesla will be coming down to fill that gap? I think it's going to fill the entire gap, Matty. That's what usually happens. And yeah, I like to go back and see historically, you know, on stocks, what gaps haven't filled. So I can't find any in here. Here's the biggest gap that got filled. And you can see really no gaps that have gone unfilled. So yeah, man, why wouldn't it do the same eventually? So yeah, I could see it coming down to that 1022 area and fill that gap. That's a good little correction. Let's see what kind of correction that would be. That would be approximately about a 7, somewhere about a 7% correction. So no biggie. Sky, what is happening, my man? They're working on that video, brother. Hopefully Looks like they're pretty busy. They got that kids week going on. So all our video production people are pretty busy cranking right now. Sky likes that breakout wedge analysis tool. Yeah, it's just another one of those artsy things, but seems like it quite holds true quite a bit. So yeah, we got that going on. We'll leave that there just as a reminder. I mean, this area right here, absolutely a target, right? Anybody coming in bullish here would have a target right here. So this selling off makes sense. And that selling off probably going to create a little bit of momentum. Let's see what's going on pre-market. So we gapped down a little bit, kind of correcting up here at that resistance area right now. So yeah, we'll see if we get a rollover. If that happens today, or it may not happen today, could happen next week. So we'll keep an eyeball on that. And then Apple seems like it's taking quite a bit of a dump here pre-market. Let's go see what Joe was looking at. So right now, Joe, as you can see, I got to fix my little green lines, make sure they're accurate. We got a retest gap outside of the high and low of yesterday, right? Green lines. So we are all systems go on the old Apple, because the rule states if it gaps above or below previous day's high or low, you're good to go. You do got that 10 EMA down here. We'll keep an eyeball on it. Makes sense that we bounce a roo off of there. Yeah, looking pretty good. Makes sense that we get a little bit of correction, right? Mr. Fibonacci told me that things like to correct usually somewhere down about half to close to 3/4. So, very feasible. We can get a correction down here very easily. Down here, throw a wick down here. Yep. Be a nice little correction 2 wave, and then could punch up and rock and roll. I have a few shares on Apple down here in the 130s. So that's more of a long time investment hold for me. Gonna probably give it to my kiddos when I move on. What else is happening? Yeah, so anyway, that's what we got on Apple. Makes sense that we sell off a little bit up in here. Sold off once, sold off twice, 3, 4 times. So I think we get a little bit of sell-off, and then I think this time we launch. Hopefully we'll get some good news. We need some good news in the news, right? It's April Fool's Day. Hope everybody is playing positive, practical jokes. Look at all them white candles, Matty R says. Yes, sir. Yep. Can't find that many candles here in the back history, can you? Oh, we may have a competitor. We may have some competition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nah, I think we got 11, didn't we? 1, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so this makes sense that we get a little bit of a pullback. Look at all that volume, though. That volume is crazy, right? That volume that's come in the last like 2+ weeks, just big time. Let me see what y'all talking about. Matt says it's chop. This latest one is straight up. Yeah, man. We did get some lower lows until we got down here about the 150 mark. Look at that. That makes some total sense, right? 150. Traders like to trade to even numbers, not necessarily even numbers, just kind of like cool numbers, even like 165, all those numbers that stick out in people's head. It's kind of like human nature to do that. Mr. Axe is in the house, everybody. Welcome to the beginner room, Johnny Axe. Grandma numbers. What's a grandma number? Explain that one to me, Greg. I'm a little bit slow when it comes to all these acronyms and things that stand for things. What time is it? Oh, we got plenty of time, only 20 after. Anybody want to look at anything else? But yeah, on Apple, just ready for a little bit of a pullback. Oh, those even numbers, that's what they're called, grandma numbers. I think that's the one of the others room leaders phrase, grandma numbers. Okay, that's something, I think Falco says that if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? All right, anything else y'all want to look at? We can go, Falco sounds right. That's about right. Maddie says, let's go look at some Netflix. Netflix. All right, Greg, I'll check it out. So why is Netflix taking such a beating? I haven't been following Netflix. It's getting hammered right now. There's really nothing bullish that's exciting about that. There is a little bit of bullish divergence, which is not a bad thing, because this trend looks like it's getting stronger. We got a little bit of strength now, but yeah, I mean, I could see us popping up. Let's see where them bulls are targeting. Got earnings coming up here pretty soon. I'm getting better. Anybody notice I'm getting better at turning off my my marker here? I'm proud of myself. Matt, are you doing a day trade or are you doing a swing trade? Which one, Matty R? A swing? Yeah, you got a nice gap there earlier in the week. A little bit of buying pressure down here, right? See all them wicks, bunch of buying pressure come in. Volume, I'm not super impressed with. You saw this potentially punch up here. What did we punch up at? About 320. Okay, punched up about 320. Any bulls, I think, targeting up here. So this makes sense that we're seeing a little bit of selling off right now. Because if I got in down here, we got this kind of double bottom-ish thing going on, came back up here. And we could be retesting for any of those newbies maybe that got in, not necessarily newbies, but people that missed also this big trend. But lots of people got in here. They have their stops down here. So I would think we got this little bit of a compression thing going on with the 10 and 20. I don't know. Maybe we can throw some kind of candle or wick maybe to stop these peeps out. That could happen. But yeah, I mean, we are in a very bearish trend, right? So you're going counter trends. Go look at the week. Got that 10 right above you on the week. Got that 200. Got everything coming down on you. So lots of stuff right now. You can see this is almost in a bigger channel based on the weekly. So for me to be convinced it's going bullish, we'd have to, unless you're in it a short-term swing, we got to get above, probably got to get a close at least above that 200, but you could probably make some good cash in between now and then. Just be careful about that. I'm not convinced. I think Netflix, just on the long term, Netflix is going to have some trouble here. There's all kinds of stations coming out. They got some serious competition going on. They got to innovate, man. I hope they are thinking, how can they beat the competition? But yeah, I think this bullishness may pop you up here, and then just be careful once you get there, because there's a lot of hunk and junk up there, Maddie. Greg says apps. That's just my view. That's just one view. So apps, I was interested in apps. I never did get into apps, but yeah, man, I was thinking about getting into apps down here. I'm glad I didn't. I don't know what changed my mind. I forget, but you can see apps. We got same kind of dealio. We're down. Looks kind of like Netflix, quite similar to Netflix to me. You came up, a bunch of bulls came in. You came up here to resistance, and now, of course, you're going to get a little bit of selling off. Same thing. Looks exactly. How come apps and Netflix look almost identical? Look at that. Almost identical. Kind of like the same view for me. So, yeah. I mean, again, you're going counter trend. So you got, this volume not really exciting me that much either. Same thing, same kind of divergence though, but this volume just not so drastically exciting. Where's the support? We got a little bit of support down here at 33, so that would make sense. We get a little bit of a bounce, but yeah, nothing super duper that turns me on about Netflix or apps for me. I think there's better trades out there. Hey, I'm going to say aloha to our YouTubers because we're getting close to open time. Thanks for joining us. Again, my name is Johnny Guarco. You can come visit us here in this pre-market show every day of the week, Monday through Friday. I'm here Mondays and Fridays. If you haven't done so yet, check out the Real Life Trading website, reallifetrading.com. You can check out all kinds of free stuff that we give away. We got beginners courses, intermediate courses, advanced courses. Whether you want to do stocks or options or futures or Forex, go to www.reallifetrading.com and check out all the things that we provide for you guys for free. Come back and visit us next week. We'd love to actually have you on the team. So go in there and sign up for the day trading rooms. This is the beginner room. We also got a more advanced room that you can go to if you are an advanced trader, although I got professional advanced traders in this room too. So we're just a big happy gun club. That's all we are. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. Aloha.